Hey Isaac, hope you all doing great and excited for this afternoon. I welcome all of you to the 17th day of 100 Storytellers. So before we start, let me give a quick shout out to our partners, our gold partner, the Chartered Institute of Marketing, and our media partner, Articulate Asia, and our platform partner, Curva Private Limited. So today we are here for a session to learn about Adobe Illustrator. So I'd like to welcome the speaker today, who is none other than our OCVP as well as undergraduate in Faculty of Architecture in University of Moratuwa, graphic mentor in National Showcasing team, and content manager in marketing team in ISAC in CS. So, give, uh, please welcome Miss Ragavi Sivanesan to teach you all about Adobe Illustrator. Over to you, Ragavi.
Thank you, Raindu. Okay. So, hope you can hear me, right? So, okay, before starting, so you all know me, right? I'm Ragavi Sivanesan from. I'm the also organizing committee vice president for marketing in Project 100 Storytellers. So let me share the screen. Before starting Illustrator, so yeah, as we have noticed, you guys know, right? The throughout the session, the two participants who are like engaging actively will get free t-shirts. So that's just random question, not deep into Illustrator. So no worries. So let's start. So before moving into Illustrator, first of all, like yesterday, hope you all learned about Photoshop yesterday and today morning. So from you guys, I would like to ask, like, hope you are clear and familiar with Photoshop, right? So if you are familiar and clear, please put yes in the chat box. I would like to see your messages. Yes, familiar. Great. That's great. Okay. So let's move on to the session. So as you all can see in the picture, right? Here there are like two divided picture. In the left side, it's Photoshop. Yeah, it's kind of more realistic. And in the right side, it's from Illustrator picture. And this is like more vectorized, kind of like a drawing. So from here, like you can like a little bit, you get an idea about the Photoshop and Illustrator. So move on. So let's see the main differences between Photoshop and Illustrator. Okay, when it comes to Photoshop, it's all about image editing. And in Illustrator, it's all about creation, starting from the initial. And in the Photoshop, it's like the pixel based on graphics. It's called raster files. And in Illustrator, it's all about vector. We create them using those are like vector images, vector files. And when we move to the structure, the basic structure of Photoshop, it's like the Photoshop structure is based on pixel, like dots per inch or pixels per inch. And in Illustrator, it's all about geometry, like anchor to anchor point shapes and Bezier curves. Bezier curves, in the sense, it's like curves using anchor points. We used to create curves using anchor points. When it comes to Photoshop, it's all about shading, gradients, and texture. And in Illustrator, yes, of course, it's limited. There are like limited shading, gradients, effects, but we can create, we can use. And in Photoshop, it's kind of photographic detail. We can go deeper and deeper. But in Illustrator, not like that. But some of the process, like vector-based process, is kind of fast and precision, so yeah, accuracy level also high. And when it comes to Photoshop, the size is limited. When, let's say, when you are like, if you are creating a logo or vector or something, you can't like resize it to larger or smaller size. But in Illustrator, it's vector based files, so you can like make it larger or smaller. It's available. And in Photoshop, it's single canvas, as you all know. I guess hope you all are using Photoshop. Yeah, it's a single canvas. And in Illustrator, it's multiple artboards. You can create like more and more canvases. Like those canvas is called artboards. And yes, you can like work within space in the Photoshop, but in Illustrator you can work in the outer area of the artboard workspace as well. So moving on, learning outcomes. Like in the end of the session, you will get to know the fundamentals of Adobe Illustrator and also vector arts. You can create vector arts using Adobe Illustrator. So here, this is the first like basic panel. Welcome, it will welcome you. Yeah, here you can create the document using this option. Yes, create new, and here open. You can open the previous files. Here, like work and learn. The learn option. If you are new to Adobe Illustrator, try to learn something. There are like lots of tutorials in the learn option, so you can go through that. It will be really helpful. Yes, and moving on to new document. This is the new document panel. So here there are like few custom already like custom even A3 or A4. These are like 2.8. I use this normally. So these are like our custom art sizes, and here these are like you can customize the sizes accordingly, and the size according to pixel or inches or millimeter up to you, and the orientation whether portrait or landscape, and the count of the artboards and bleed we don't like it's 0 is okay. And here color mode, they are like RGB, CMYK, grayscale, several color modes. And then yeah, rest effect, make sure to maintain in high. So then create the workspace. So here, this is the Illustrator workspace. Here, the topmost menu is the menu bar, and here several menu options are there, and there will be drop down menus. And the second most is the control panel. The left it's tool panel. It's kind of important, and then the right is the panel. They are like sub panels, and here this one is the artboard where we create everything. And moving on, this is the default workspace. Like there are like several options for workspace, from automatic, essentials, painting, typography, and a lot more. Essential is kind of the basic. There are like only several like only few panels available in the essential. Automation, we usually use automation or painting mode. Typography, like there are like several panels available for particularly typography. Moving on to artboard, yes, this is the artboard. Here there are like 4 artboards. So here in this artboard panel, 4 artboards are shown. You can see. So artboard is the main canvas where we like create everything, but there is like outer space, like in the workspace. Other than artboard, there is space, so you can use effectively those space as well. You can keep the vectors there and use it again, no more problem in Illustrator. And moving on to the artboard option, yeah, here as you can see here, if you click that particular button, double click, this dialog box will pop out. Here you can change the size and then orientation and few other details. Even you can rename the artboard. And here in this option, you can like create new artboards or duplicate or delete, and you can resize the artboards individually. Like these, if you want one artboard to resize, you can do that. And here, this is the menu bar, the topmost bar as shown in the previous slide. Yes, here there will be like drop down menus like 9 main items in the drop down in the menu bar. So moving on, this is the tool panel. So first I'll go through the tools. First one, selection tool to select particular object, and direct selection tool, yes, of course, to select at the tool name says to directly select something, the anchor point. Mainly in Illustrator, it's all about anchor point. So to create to click the anchor point, or even in the drop down menu, you can find group selection. So you can select the group as well. Then magic wand, it's kind of making magic. Like if you have like similar objects in the canvas, you can click one object and select all the objects together. Then lasso tool is also kind of selecting tool to select particular group. Then pen tool to draw freely, and then curvature tool to like draw the curve tool, or else like if you have drawn something using pen tool, you can resize that image using curvature tool. You can resize the visible curves. Then text tool, obviously from Word onwards, you know the text typography tools. Then line tool, you can use lines in the drop down menu. You can find curve, several line options. Then rectangle tool, you can create shapes in the drop down menu. There are like few other shapes available. And then paint brush tool to paint. Then sharper tool is kind of like if you are like creating two circles together, like intersecting, you can like delete those intersecting lines. It's advanced. Then razor to raise the tools. Then rotate to rotate, yes. and scaling tool, width tool to like resize the width. And then Puppet Wrap tool is kind of an interesting tool, and but kind of advanced. Yes, and then Shape Builder tool to yes, like this one also to like to play with several shapes together. Then Perspective Grid tool, yeah, to create a shape and like change that to perspective mode, you can use this. Then Mesh tool, you can like go with several color option and make kind of gradient effect. And gradient tool, you can change the gradient effect of that particular object. Then eyedropper tool, you might be familiar from Microsoft Paint onward. Yes, to like select the paint, and also here you can select the features as well. And blend tool to blend it, and like spray tool, it's kind of like a brush tool, like you can spray similar objects everywhere. Then column graph tool, yes, like pie chart, bar chart and all available. You can like use data and create those charts. Then artboard tool to adjust the artboard, and slice tool, it kind of like a scissors tool. And then hand tool to move here and there, and zoom tool. And here are like few options available, the color and stroke options. Yeah, this one, color and stroke. Then draw options, you can change that here. And then change screen mode, like full screen or normal mode or whatever. Moving on to pen tool. So here in pen tool, like let me show you. From here, I would like to ask you one question. From these tools, which tool you guess like this is kind of important for Illustrator? So this is a question for you guys. From this tool, one tool is kind of like important. Like maybe I would say this is kind of like key tool for the Illustrator. Yeah, Shrehan Cecil is saying selection tool. Okay, selection is kind of important. Pen tool. Yes, there are like lots of pen tool options coming on. Yes, obviously pen tool is kind of important. I won't say you like if you don't know pen tool, please don't say you know Illustrator, because this is it's all about vectors. To create vectors, you should know this particular tool. So that's why I gave a clue with this slide. Yes, yeah, to draw instrument in Illustrator, with the pen tool only we start to draw. So it uses anchor points, straight lines and Visaya curves to create. So using this tool, we can click and draw. In the initial, it's kind of like tough, but if you get familiar, it's really easy. So here they are like drop down menus. Here you can add anchor point or delete anchor point, and you can do those options. Yeah, colors. Moving on to colors, there are like 5 modes, but mainly RGB, CMYK, and grayscale. When it comes to RGB, it's additive colors. Like it's like addition, red, green, and blue. Add one color to another, and mixture of that colors give you the final output color. And CMYK, it's all about CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow. This is also like subtractive color. From the color, it absorbs the like in the from the results, it absorbs the color and give the output color. So that only this is called subtractive colors. And the next one, grayscale. Yeah, name says it's all about black and white. So moving on to next, panels related to colors. So these are the panels mainly related to colors. This one, color panel. Yeah, here they are like bars. No, even it's ticked RGB, so it is RGB. Or else you can like use HSP. HSP in the sense hue, saturation, and brightness. Then CMYK, as I told, cyan, magenta, or like you go with other option. Normally we use RGB to adjust our red, green, and blue in the panel. And then this is switches panel. There are like a few switches available. You can add switches according to your use for the artwork. Then moving on to this is color guide. From dark to light shade, you can find the colors. If you are like kind of like doing a artwork with same color with different shades, you can use this. Then this one, gradient panel. Of course, you can change the gradient of that particular vector. So moving on to text related panels, first one, character panels. Here are like few options like to change the style or the weight, weight style, whether italic or bold. Then here the size, then the sizes between lines. There are like few other options available, like within that particular lines, proximity and all, you can change. And here in this option, yeah, like superscript or subscript, normally we use this. You can change this from here. And this paragraph tool, you can justify like whatever according to the paragraph. You can use this panel and adjust. And hyphenate, normally like if you are writing a text in a paragraph, if you don't want that text to continue like minus arrow, you can click this, so it will continue from next line. Layering in Illustrator, yes, when it comes to Photoshop, layering is kind of important, but in Illustrator, yes, we can do layers, but not like Photoshop. But we can like to get organized, we can use this layering panel. Here we can change the color of the layers if you want. Sorry, if you want. Here, as you can see from this menu, you can like create new layer, duplicate layer, or delete layer. From here, you can like from one layer you can create sub layers, something like this, from layer to sub layer, something like Photoshop. And here toggle slog, yeah, when you click the toggle slog, that particular layer, like if this is a sub layer, so that rectangle in the sense that particular layer will be locked, you can't move that. Again you can unlock. Then this is toggles visibility. You can, if you don't want something to be visible, you don't need to delete, you can keep that for a while, so you can like use the visible tool. Then moving on to alignment, this is alignment panel where you can like align to center or top or bottom. There are like several alignment options available for the selection object or key object or artboard. Selection object and key object is kind of like aligning to particular object. But artboard, for that particular canvas, you can align. When you are creating a poster, you want to align logo in the center, you can use this option and then do the align. Then moving on to brushes and strokes. Yeah, here there are like few panels available. For the brushes, in the brushes panel, here the new brushes, there are like already few brushes available in Illustrator. To create your own brush, you can create like click the new brush. Within that, you can go to new brush. So here this panel will be displayed, and in this panel, this is demonstration of this monkey. When you click that particular vector and go to this panel, you can like make that particular vector as brush stroke. Let's say if you want to create stars in the night sky, you don't need to copy and paste or put the stars again and again. You can use this brush stroke and create stars like this. So it's available. So you can use brush stroke to do. And with the strokes panel, you can adjust the stroke level. So masking in Illustrator, yeah, masking is also kind of important in Photoshop. But in Illustrator, there are like few masking. First of all, transparency mask, then raw mask and clipping mask. In transparency mask, this is kind of similar to Photoshop, and this transparency panel like shows the transparency mask. Here, black content hide and white content reveal and gray transparency level as like in Photoshop. So now you all know the similarities between Photoshop as well. Here draw mask, like if you draw something, a particular, even let's say a circle, and then click this draw inside tool, you can only draw within that particular object. Then clipping mask, it's kind of usual in Illustrator. Right click and you can make the clipping mask. So let's get into Illustrator. So hope you can see the panel, right? See the Illustrator. So here, let's move on. Let me show from the beginning. So this is, I created the new. So here, this is the new panel pop-up. And here, as I say, these are the custom paper sizes. And here you can adjust your sizes or even the orientation or portrait mode. I just use A3. Then landscape mode, then create. If you are using RGB, you can like, if you are using RGB, you can like print like you can like print. If you want to print something, you can use the CMYK mode, otherwise go with RGB. So let's create. Yeah, here this is the workspace. So here what I'm going to show first is the 100 Storytellers logo. As you all know, this logo, I'll create this. Like this is kind of recreating the artwork. I'm not going to show from the initial. Yeah, I'm going to recreate this logo. So let's see, to recreate this logo, you all should know the pen tool. You all should get familiar with the pen tool. So let me know from you guys who all know Illustrator or Photoshop is familiar with pen tool. Put yes in the chat box. Whether you are familiar with pen tool. Yes, it is and yes. Actions. Yes, great. Yes, like as I already told, like you can like get vectors from Prepic or Splash or something, but to create your own artwork, you should know pen tool. So let's begin. Let me zoom in and show you. So I'm just starting from here. I'm just clicking, select the pen tool. Let's click. You can see anchor point popping out. Okay. Then here, from here, I'm starting to create the vector. So once you click and release the line, make sure to click the anchor point again. Otherwise, that particular anchor will control your next move. So I'm just clicking it again, click and drag, and click and drag. Here it won't affect because the anchor point, it's something like this. The direction is okay, kind of okay. So I'm just clicking. Make sure to click and drag again. Otherwise, it will like. Hope you can. I will like make it fast because like we don't have much time. So yes, here from here, click and drag. To zoom the space, like to zoom in and zoom out, you can use the alternation key and mouse scroll option to zoom in and zoom out easily. Shortcut. So I'm just clicking here. Otherwise, it will like. So all what you have to do is you have to click and drag and make sure where the curve level is. You have to adjust the curve level according to your need. So I'm just adjusting. One thing is like you can adjust the curves again using curvature tool. I'm just doing this here. Yes, I'm gonna finish this. Let's moving on to this one. Here, here. Yes, like I'm going to hide the text. From this option, you can hide the stroke, fill stroke. And here, this one is stroke level if you want to hide stroke, or you can change using this swap, fill swap again and again. Interesting, right? So yeah, moving on. That's complete. Yes, so and what you can do is like I'm clicking this using this curvature tool. What you can do is you can adjust the curve beside curves. Let's say I'm clicking here and adjusting the curve. So you can this option is available. So you can like adjust the curve using this curvature tool. Make sure to adjust properly. I'm just doing this randomly. Make it fast. So yeah, let's move on to next one. This stroke, this big stroke. I'm gonna draw this using pen tool. Or else what you can do is like you can create stroke and you can adjust the stroke level and then make the path properly. Otherwise, you have to draw it with pen tool. Just making it fast. Click and drag and release. Yes, almost done. Yes, and this is the stroke. And we make it sharp as well. Yes, you can make it sharp. Using the anchor point, you can like adjust the level. Everything depends on that particular angle level. So yes. And again, click and drag and release. Click, drag, release. I'm just gonna. So you can like use this tool and adjust. Normally I don't use this. I just make it with pen tool itself. And again, you can click and drag. So yes, the stroke is here. So almost fine. You can like here the option is available. You can add anchor point. So if you want anchor point here, you can add. Or else, let's say I don't want that anchor point. I want to delete. So you can click and delete that particular anchor point, and you can like adjust with this. So these options are available. So let's say now these are okay, fine. Now we want the typo, like text part. For the text, as you all know, text. So I want 100. So yes, 100. So you can adjust the size using this. Let's say 200. And selection tool and make the other bit bigger. It's too big. Maybe this. Okay. The text I have used is IT7 grade. So let's go. And it's kind of like italic. Let's find. Yes. And adjust the size. So let me leave this and create the other. Let's see. One more. You can click the alternation key. What I have done is like you can click the alternation key and then click it. So hope you can see the mouse cursor. It's changing. It's kind of like duplicating. So duplicate that. Double click. I'm gonna change this to story. Yes, and here the font is Mistress. So yes, and the font is here. So yeah, all three words are here. What I'm going to do is like click this text, and to make the effects for the text, what you have to do is like you have to like make the text into a vector. For that, what you can do is right click and choose create outlines. To create outlines, you have to go through that way and you can create the outline. So now you can see there is like you can now adjust the text. You can like you can just resize and change the color. It's kind of like a vector. It's not a text anymore. And this one also I'm gonna create outlines, and this one also I'm gonna create outline. So now these are vectors. Okay. So now let me adjust the size. Now you can easily adjust the size. You don't need to resize using text box. Okay, fine. It's kind of okay. Then so this one, and then this one. Here I'm just like recreating the logo, but to create the logo, what you have to do is like you can use the guide. Right click and right click and like I have hide the guide. Show guide and then show rulers. Here rulers are available. So once you like click and drag, you get this guide. So you can easily create the logo according to the size. So as hope you guys go through the branding toolkit, so you might know what is it exactly. Now I'm just recreating. I don't want these guys. I'm just hiding the guides. So yes, these are here. And now what we need to do is like create the gradient effect and the color. So this color is white, obviously. I'm just clicking. We don't need the stroke. And this one is pink. So I'm just eyedropper tool can like copy the color. So I just want this color. So here is the color, and this one is same white. And yes, and this one, this particular text has gradient effect, right? And this one also. I'm just gonna click here for white color. So yes, these three elements have these gradient effect. So to create the gradient effect for this particular vector, it's okay, fine. Like you can, let's open the gradient toolbar, and I'm just clicking this color. I want this color. I'm just click and drag to that slider panel. I don't want this white color. One color, yes, it's here, and another color is here. So now from here, I am clicking and dragging to the slider. So click and drag to the slider. If you like drag and drop here, the color will be like a place here. But what I'm gonna do is, first of all, let's say I'm using this color here. Click and drag and drop in the corner. So it will be replaced. So this option also available. And one more thing we need is like this line. So for this also, I'm going to place this, sorry. I'm going to draw this line using pen tool. Yes, here and here. And again, the other. Here. So what you can do is like, I'm going to place something here. I want to cut this part from this. So just click those options, and here Pathfinder tool. If you can't find any kind of panels, you can go to Windows and find the all available panels. Here in the first one, the gradient is not linear. Right? No, you can adjust linear or radius. That's up to you. I will show you. So here in the Pathfinder tool, here the shapes. First one, unite. You can unite the colors, the both. And the second one is minus front. Like the front part will be minimized from the back part. So I'm just clicking. You can see the whole, right? So yeah, this is the option available for this. So I'm just want to group these elements. Now what you can do is like, and this part is okay ready. And here for this text also we need this particular gradient. Let's say I'm gonna use this one. Okay, now you can see there are like few disturbance in between the letters because the text it itself is kind of like breaking. So control Z mean undo, so you can undo that. Here I'm going to use that unite. So just unite them. And now let's use the gradient effect. Now see, like the gradient is like spreaded all over. So you can adjust this using here. Here this is linear, then radial. You can change this, and it's in linear. I'm going to change the direction. Click it and change the direction according to this. And you can change the level. We are in which level in the colors you want. You can change this, and also you can change the direction of the color, and you can swap that. Yes. So this is ready. And here I have another layer. So what you have to do is like click that particular vector and click the alternation key. It will be copied, or else you have to like Control C for copy and Control V for paste. But the easy option is click the alternation and then click that particular vector and place it. If you click the shift as well, you can go in the horizontal way or vertical way. So here what I'm going to do is I want this particular thing in front. So right click, arrange, bring to front. You can make the you can bring that particular thing in front. So this one I just want, let's search the color here. This. So yes, we got that color as well. And here we have another layer. So click and drag. And the other one I want this to bring front. Yes. And here this one, let me choose that. Yes. And I want this color. Yes. Now we have got all those elements, I guess. Let's say let's hide that background and see. Yes, we don't need the stroke. I'm gonna group this, right click, and you can group the whole vectors. And let me place outside. You can place the elements outside the workspace, but if you want to export, you should like place them within the canvas. So here you can like get the vector. You can adjust, double click and adjust according to what you want. Yes, and the logo is here. So hope you get this. Hope this particular logo is clear for you. If yes, please put yes, or no, you can put no, or if you have questions, you can ask. Yes, great. So let's move on to next. I'm going to show you something like this. Let's say we want to create something like this. Letters. Hope you all know this. Okay. Not the same one. I just have this picture. Let's say to create something using this picture. And this picture size, I'm going to minimize this one. I don't want this. Click and you can hide this in the layers panel. I'm going to hide that. So to adjust the artboard size, you can use this artboard tool. I'm gonna adjust this. I'm gonna like click and drag. You can easily adjust the artboard. It's not like Photoshop. Yeah, it's available here. Now, okay, right? Fine. Now I want another layer in the top. So let's say let's put in the left side. the thing is like I'm gonna like put this like white color. I don't want this. So yeah, now just see the white color box is outside the artboard. Like if you are exporting this particular artwork, it won't show in the exported picture. So no worries, you can place whatever, like you can like exceed the place. No worries. Now let's type something like so, yes, this word. Let's leave a space. Okay, now I want to align this to right side because I'm going to take this in the right side. Let's find a font for her. In fact, let's see. So let's adjust the font. You don't need to adjust the font actually. As I told you already, I said here what you can find is you can like adjust the, like as you all can see here, you can adjust the line level, like make it closer or make it like, I'm making a little bit closer. Right click and create outlines. Now see, you can create outline for that particular letter. I'm gonna make it like this and I'm gonna like alternation and drag it. I'm gonna copy this same text again and again. Okay, let's say now we have 3 text, right? Now we want that picture to be visible through this text. For that, what we can do is like click the letters together, and from this option, go to that unite option and make it unite. Now these text, all the texts are united. Let's see if I'm dragging this, these are together. So this option is available. Now click that background and the text. Now what we can do is like click the minus font. Now you can see her, right? Yes. And now what we can reduce opacity a little bit. Yes, now she is here. So these are like few features available in Illustrator, so you can use these things. So yes, and yes, let me finish this. We don't have that much time. Yes, hope these practical sessions and presentation is clear for you. So let me finish this. Yes, if you have any questions, please to ask. No worries. Like if everything is clear for you, please put yes in the chat box. Then I'll get to know, yes, you are clear with this. Yes, with me. Yes, yes, yes. Great, great guys. So thank you for this amazing engagement. Yes. Okay. Yes. So yes, Ravinder. Yes, plus the like Photoshop is kind of different. Like you're asking how to export Lightroom project. Yeah, it's kind of different. If you want to like export the project, like what can I say? Layers, there are like a few steps to adjust the layers from one layer to another layer. So that is kind of like different. From Illustrator, it's so far away. Yes. Yes, thank you. So yes. There are any tools that would be really important that we should know? Yes, Nimitu, like even in Illustrator, you can create 3D work, like not even flat drawings. There are from like flat drawings to 3D work. That is up to you. Like if you are familiar with Illustrator, you can do everything. But everything is important. Pen tool is kind of important because it's all up to vector. Yeah. If you have any other questions, you can ask. Yes, Ravinder. Yeah.
Yes,
Raghavi, you have another question on the chat.
Yeah, can you like help me to?
Yes, what is your advice for someone who want to start making vector arts, and where should we start?
Yeah, to make an vector, like yeah, if you want to make vector using Illustrator, yeah, Illustrator is vector based file, right? Photoshop is editing file. So let's say Illustrator, you want to start with the pen tool. Start to get familiar with the pen tool. Like if you are like getting an image from Chrome or wherever, you can like trace the image, but the thing is like the artwork should be your own thing. So try to be familiar with the pen tool and draw the artwork. Start to do the vector, so you will get familiar with the tool. It's not that hard. Yeah, hope it's clear, Sachinta.
And
Is there any other question?
Yes.
Charm India. For animation, yeah, you can't use Illustrator. It's like a graphic based tool. No, you have to use Premiere Pro or any other like software to create animations. You can, it's not available here in Illustrator or even Photoshop. Yeah. But you can like start to do the vector drawing like cartoon way. Yes. Hope the design vector, Photoshop, Illustrator, both of them are similar to each other. Yeah, Sadurshan, the thing is like Photoshop and Illustrator both are different. When it comes to Illustrator, like let's say if you want to create something with vector, better to go with Illustrator, because even creating logos, go with Illustrator, because like if you want to adjust that particular vector, it's available in Illustrator, like it's not limited, no, but in Photoshop it will get pixelated. So but if you want something posted to edit something with like gradient effect or layering effect, whatever, go with Photoshop. So it's kind of like advanced in Photoshop. Yeah, sure, Harry. Like, let me share the screen. Let's say I want to export this, wait, this particular artwork. So file, go to export and export for screens and export as. To export the particular artboard, you should click the export for screens mode. Here you can see like assets and artboards. Make sure to like click the artboards option, and here the artboards, you can rename the panel as whatever you want. Let's say 1 2 3 4 5. Yes, and here you can like choose the folder where you want to export. So you can go here, and I'm just like going to desktop. Nice select folder. Okay, you can select the folder here. Here, make sure to use JPEG or PNG. You can, if it's a vector, you have to make sure to you click the PNG, and in the advanced settings, you can like use white or transparent. If your background you want transparent, you can use this option. Otherwise, go with white. Save settings. Then I'm just going with JPEG because I want the whole picture to be exported in JPEG. Then export artboard. So you can find this here. Hope it's clear. Yes. Can you create a vector and export just that vector to PS? PS means Ajinda, is that Photoshop? Sachinda, are you here? Yes, like if it's Photoshop, let me say like you can create vector or logo in Photoshop. The thing is like it's a pixel based software. No? So if you are creating and trying to adjust the size, it will get pixelated. So in Illustrator, that option is like available. You can like resize it up to what you want. So that is the thing. Yes. Can we edit videos using AI? Using AI, you can like drop the file to Premiere Pro or other files and create. You can't like edit videos in the Illustrator file. So yeah, hope it's clear. Yes, I guess. If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, okay. Yeah, like without tracing the image, you can draw. You have to draw with pen tool, or you, let's say if you want that if the artwork only including the circle or square shapes, you can use the shapes. Yeah, you can create with the shapes or line tool, but you have to get familiar with pen tool to draw the artwork. how to get all dimension and curves correct, it's up to you. You have to get familiar and start to work. If you get like, if you start to practice, you can get familiar with that work. So this is how you have to like do that. You can use the guides to like be more precise with that artwork. Yes, of course you can do. Yes. Hope I answered all the questions. If I miss, I'm sorry. Yes, yes, Ramdeep.
Yes, and thanks again for the insight. Is there another question? Yeah.
Is there a question? Can the size of the vector be compressed after? No, when exporting, you can choose the size level, whether like as I shown in the export panel, you can choose JPEG 100 or JPEG 90, you can like compress. If let's say you want to export it using PDF file, you can like compress the PDF file itself in the Illustrator, like smallest Illustrator file or highest resolution, you can select everything you want. It's available in Artboard panel. Yes. Hope solution is clear. Yeah, hope I answered all the question. So hope, I guess you have another session, photography session. Let's finish this, Ravinder.
Okay, so I think when we look at the chat, Zoom chat as well, we have to agree that this is one of the most impactful and best sessions that we had in Project Storytellers. We all learned a lot, and including me. So I think we can conclude the Illustrator session for today. But before we move into take the photo, let me remind you that there will be another session on photography today at 7 p.m. onwards, and the link will be the same as this, so you guys can join in at 7 p.m. The session will be conducted by Mr. Shakya Madagedra, creative photographer and digital content creator. So hope to see you at 7 as well. Now I would like to invite all of you to turn on your cameras to get the group photo.